Yes.
Good evening.
Yes. 15 times in a row, Paul. We did it.
That's more than I would have expected. I was shooting for like 2, maybe
I'm
3.
I'm surprised that over 600 people give a shit, Paul. Every week it absolutely amazes me.
I can't
And
guarantee
seeing
they
this,
actually give a shit. It's just that
that's fair.
they did
That's
they did press the button. I'll give them credit for that.
They pressed a button and they're going to report on it on their channels. So I love it.
Content.
Just take our content and run, boys. It's fine. Fair use. All good.
It's
All
fair.
good.
It's all right. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last time. I mean,
We got a lot of familiar people in the chat. Let's do our shout outs, see how everyone's doing. I know people want to get into the Wonderland topic, so we'll get some updates there. Got a little poll we want to throw out at you at some point today, so lots to get into.
We're gonna try it. Say hi to Fat Hog. He's here. It's not gonna make a live chat, but
yeah, we'll talk about email notifications. FedEx didn't mess this one up. It just is what it is. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Whoops.
Haven't received the tracking for his pin, but did for the playing cards. The pin and the cards are coming from 2 different places. So if you got the tracking with the cards, that's coming straight from the brand. If you got a machine, that's coming from me. But more later. More later.
Drew Wilt. Did I say that right? I think it's
Drew Wilt. Yeah, excited to get this pin. Yeah. Still waiting on the tracking emails. We'll keep you posted. Don't worry. Back or a little irritated to see the machine available on eBay. I hear you. I get it. We'll talk about it.
Yep.
We'll talk about it.
Yep.
David Deming back in here. Yep. Good to see you.
Dark Tech Kelly, big fan. Good to see you again.
Nice.
Yep. Cornercade's here.
What up, Danny? How you doing, brother? Good to see you on a Thursday night.
Biggie D's here.
Biggie D out there pimping my return policy. Appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Thank you.
We'll get into that too. Why not?
Nothing but love.
Man.
Nothing but love.
Jim the Pacers fan is coming in hot. Just became a member. All right.
Yeah, you're a real insider now, Jim Pacers fan.
That's especially appreciated considering the fact that we provide no value whatsoever for having done that. So
that's right.
I really, that is saying something that's pretty awesome, actually. Jason Pace is here. Whoops, if I can pull this up correctly, press the button. There you go.
Jay Pace, the first person to actually send in for our contest. Our bullshit contest. 4 people playing a WrestleFest all at once. Paul, did I send you that email?
I posted it. It didn't actually look as uncomfortable as I would have expected. I think Jay, you were actually almost off to the side, but you clarified. No, it wasn't actually that bad. You kind of just mugging for the picture a little bit. But
okay, all right. It looks reasonable. I wanted something unreasonable, though. I wanted 4 of me. So that's, if you're doing the math, that's 1,000 pound of man surrounding an arcade. If we could get there, that's the goal. Love the picture, though, Jay. Thanks for sharing that with us.
That was awesome. Yes. And Arcade1Up official is in the chat. Says, let's go.
Let's go.
We got to talk about this later, but yeah, there's some rumors around this account. We'll get into that too, but I'm glad to see you here. Awesome dude. Connell 01. He's ready and he's here. That's awesome. So are we. I do
already looking forward. Turtles pin. Already looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Qbert. Oh my gosh, is it confirmed? It's confirmed, Paul. They said it live.
I'm taking the screenshot as we speak. Just so.
Oh man, I mean that basically means that it's already in production and shipping and to our houses next week.
That's how
I'm interpreting it as well. Great news. Thank you, Arcade1Up official.
Yeah. Henry Delvin or Delvin Henry, however you prefer to say it, is here.
Good to what up?
You, sir. Let me see if I got everybody else quickly here. Oh gosh, this is an account I don't remember seeing before, but. Good to see you here. I'm not even going to touch that one.
There we go. Gotta love that. Someone said the secret word.
Israel Gaming is here. Good to see you as always. Yep.
Hey guys,
I can't say it the way he can. You got to watch his channel. Sorry, but you got to watch his channel just so you can get that. whatever that sound is. I can't make it, but
You're not gonna
I'm
do
not
it.
even
All
gonna
right.
try. Yeah, I like that he spells it out for us, so I know how it's spelled. I just can't make the sound, but he does it really well.
Guess we got to go watch his show.
You gotta watch.
Happy
Provolone
Thursday,
Joe's here.
Thursday. What's up, Provolone Joe?
I'll take it.
Rated on a strong curve. Way to give a shit today, Chris.
Yeah. Steps, good to see you.
What up, Steps? Looking for the Defender party. That Defender party cake keeps popping up. I keep hearing about it.
Oh, it's been popping up for like what, 2 years? I feel like it's not going away.
All right.
Yeah, keep that on your list there. And Moat is in the house.
What up?
Arcade1Up official. Is it me? Is it not me? No one really knows.
The Illuminati won't let us say.
Okay. We'll talk about that. That's hilarious.
Yep.
Looks like
getting all the Wonderland shipping info. Gotcha.
Yep. Absolutely. Going to talk about that. Long Rider. It's on time. Thank you. That's awesome.
Well, welcome to the live show. It's a shit show. You're going to love it.
Expectations are zero. We just set
None.
the bar right
Absolutely not.
You far out from that or what?
Oh, John. What's John got? Oh, he's got the iconic arcade. I heard of that.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say he didn't say that about Wonderland, that's for sure. But I did hear end of February for Wonderland, so that would be at least pretty accurate. So we'll stick with that team.
Made it to the port February 11th.
Yeah, that's something. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Topper and Sculpts shipped. My unit hasn't. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Very possible. Very possible.
We will absolutely discuss. Okay, so I think we've mostly caught up. So there's I'll call it random housekeeping. How about that? One of the topics before we get into Wonderland, because that's our main one, but one of the hilarious topics that I see it keeps coming up, and I'm going back and forth on how to address this, but I'll put it out there for the record. So it's this question of, is Neo Hyper 64? That's me online in most places. Am I also Arcade1Up official?
That's a great question. Paul, I've heard a lot of people asking that question. I mean, you guys do seem to talk right around the same time a lot, and that could be either suspicious or signs of a conversation. I don't know which way to take that.
We seem to show up on all the places that home arcade fans show up, which is really curious. It's almost like we have similar interests about similar topics and are online a lot.
Weird. More importantly, we forgot to shout out Alan Jones. What's up, brother? We didn't forget you. We just scroll fast. Anyway, interrupting the show to show love. There you go.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I'll say it for the record. Arcade1Up official is not me. I do not have that kind of access. I don't have that kind of information. It'd be fun if I did, but it would totally ruin everything that I'm doing here, including busting on Sonic for an entire episode, which would make no sense if I'm also representing the brand. So,
well, and as Josh pointed out, we're also conjoined twins. So it's a very interesting green screen and camera setup that we're utilizing. We make it look like we move independently. Yep. It's all a big conspiracy. So
I mean, I can't say for sure that Arcade1Up official isn't you.
Well, how would you prove that it's not you, Paul?
I don't. Well, we'd have to have two conversations happening at the same time, almost like we do for this entire show. But apparently that doesn't quite do it either. I guess what's happening is I'm secretly typing on the side notes about the show as I'm doing it.
And you're messaging, you're chatting to us.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm contradicting myself on occasion. Not always, but sometimes.
Gotta keep my thumbs in the frame. All right, there we go. I don't know how. I mean, it could also be. You could just be AI. I could just be talking to an AI chat bot, and you're actually Arcade1Up official messaging on the side. So can't trust your eyes, guys. Can't trust.
I've been told by coworkers that I'm a robot, and after my surgery, I've got more metal in me, so that very well could be. I could be part of it, but yeah, honestly, I'm not coordinated enough to pull off the kind of subterfuge that's being implied.
Well, Paul, it sounds like the mystery continues. Maybe someday we'll find out who it is. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll all just speculate. But either way, they're in the chat. They stir up a conversation. We have a good time. Dark Tech Kelly giving out the memberships. What up? That's what I like to see. Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
That is wonderful.
I do seriously, I mean, I sort of joked about it earlier. I do want to figure out exactly what our membership rewards can be. I mean, it's awesome that you guys are doing this now when there's virtually nothing to show for it. At some point, we're gonna work towards that. I try to, actively find something to improve about what we're doing every week, and sometimes it's tiny behind the scenes stuff that nobody ever sees, but someday I would like to have something tangible, so we're gonna work on that.
There's gotta be something we could do, even if it's just like a members only live chat, and we mix it up a little bit more and let our hair down a little bit. I don't know, we're pretty raucous on here as is, so
maybe we can do the members only chat where we secretly tell people who Arcade1Up official is.
If you want to know who Arcade1Up official is, they're not
and
a
then
member.
I'll walk off screen and then come back on.
That's right.
What'll happen.
We have to run it by the Illuminati first.
Well, yeah, that could take a while, I guess. So they're probably doing a show right now, actually. So we'll never know.
It's a beautiful thing.
I didn't miss this, but I want to bring it up now. Thank you, Console Fanboy, for that huge super chat. Didn't actually get to read it, so here we go. Hey, Basic Fun, just wanted to thank you for the awesome WrestleFest cab. It doesn't feel unfinished at all. There's no sarcasm there. I heard rumors of an MK cab with only 4 fighters soon. More sarcasm? Could you please keep Sonya in? She's my fave. Appreciate it. I know she's your fave. I remember back in the day when you were lobbying for MK4 and that whole thing, but yeah, maybe this is a topic we'll return to later tonight. What do you think, Kevin?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe they should only have one fighter. Maybe it should just be Sonya, and she wrestles like her inner demons. It's a real introspective version of Mortal Kombat instead of the violence. There's too much violence in the world already. Yeah, I think that's a great real console fanboy. I think it's a great idea. Just one fighter.
I think we do have something we want to talk about in relation to that. We'll come back to it, but
yeah, we will. Good times. Yeah. Do you want to do our poll right now?
We can try. This is new territory for us.
We probably will fail miserably at this. So I'm just doing while Paul tries to figure out how computers compute. I just want to do a little, I'm just doing some market research. This is not indicative of anything. This does not mean anything. This is not confirmed with a K anything. I'm just curious because I myself was looking at some images and looking at some different cab artwork. And I was wondering to myself if you guys could pick the artwork for a Mortal Kombat cabinet, which version of it? So, Paul, I think you had 3 different versions that we wanted to look at. I don't know if we could get that thing live if it works. But I was kind of curious of the 3 different, sort of standard artwork choices. Which one would the group go with? So, I don't know. Is that poll actually out in the real world, or is it just something we're seeing and they have no idea what we're talking about?
I see it on our live feed. So let's try this. I believe this works by simply typing in a hashtag MK1, hashtag MK2, or hashtag MK3. If you type one of those in, I believe it will dynamically show what the votes are looking like, as we're talking. So we'll test it out. I probably shouldn't. Maybe I'll vote with my Neo's account on the side and just see what happens.
It's probably not going to work. Nothing ever works.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, somehow somebody voted. Who was it?
Look at that. Okay.
Josh Dendy with the MK3. All right. Sweet. So, all right. So that 1-1. We can close the poll down and move on with our evening.
There we go. Sorry, MK4 is not in the running. Don't try it. Won't work.
There is no MK4. All right, cool. The poll's working, Paul. Nice. I saw other guys doing polls, and I'm like, hey, we need to be fancy like that and do some polls. So we'll let that run. Yeah. We'll let that run in the background here for a little bit. I'm just, like I said, I'm just kind of curious. I'm partial to one of them. I'm not going to say which one I'm partial to yet. But there was one that I was a little bit partial to, and I wondered, am I in sync with the community on this one, or am I just, corporate chill jerk, the heavy set guy?
I do like Carl. It's great to see you here. I saw you earlier to get a chance to pull your name up here, but thanks for joining us tonight. I am with you on Tekken, but I gotta say, I would so love a properly done, larger size Mortal Kombat. This is, I mean, it's right there. Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, those are all like in a larger size. Any of those would be a win.
Duke Dog with a Mortal Kombat Neon Edition. That would just be a travesty.
Might as well make it slim while you're at it.
A slim Neon Edition. Biggie would go on and make sure everyone knew exactly how to return it. He would do an entire video on the process for me. Just to,
oh god!
Did you order the Neon MK cab? Here's how to get rid of it. Gabriel Gray, we're doing a poll for if we're going to do another Mortal Kombat cab, which artwork do we like best? Mortal Kombat 1, 2, or UMK3? So we'll keep going on it, see what no more rehash. One person in the history of the world doesn't want Mortal Kombat released. All right, take down the poll. Take it down.
All right. So my question, Unchained 81, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong here, Kevin. You're not just talking about like a size that we've already seen. You're talking about if we did the XL Supreme size, right?
Theoretically, if I was doing some market research for that,
it's all theoretical. But if we were, that's what we're talking about. So, okay, we've seen Mortal Kombat, but we've never seen it in a larger size. So, why not find out what we'd want?
I'm just curious. It keeps popping up. It's one of the more reasonable titles, I would say, to get made. So if I'm going to go pitch something, I want to know what I should pitch. So a little market research. Don't read into it. Just participate and have a great time.
Yeah, keep voting. This is really interesting. I mean, we don't have a ton of votes, obviously, but they're all exactly the same, basically 5-4-5.
There we go. So it'll be just like the 6-option Street Fighter poll. More options. We need more options.
Yeah. I feel like we beat that one to death, literally and figuratively, but yeah.
Well, while that poll's going on, I think a lot of people wanted to kind of check in on how's the Wonderland Amusement order going. I know we got a lot of Kickstarters. That was a record-breaking Kickstarter campaign that those guys did, in my opinion. They reached their goal in all of 2 minutes or something. Yeah. It was wild, absolutely wild. So definitely, it sounds like we've got some of the Kickstarter guys in here, and I think Paul, you've been chatting with them a bit online. So what are the questions you're really hearing? What are the biggest concerns? How about you start setting them up, and I'll knock them down. We'll just get some answers out here. And
sure. So, and before we do that, this is just also some housekeeping. Are you able to back down on your mic a little bit, Kevin? I'm still hearing.
Yeah, no, by all means.
Hot. There you go.
Is that smoother for you?
I think so. As long as you don't get too excited about anything.
I will get in about 2 seconds. Josh is going to tell me to lean in.
Yeah, probably. I think the distance is part of that. But okay, so there's a couple things. I guess the first thing is probably that there's a number of folks saying hey, I never got an email. I didn't see an email. Something just showed up on my doorstep. And then along with that, maybe sort of a part two is I got one box. I thought it was going to be two.
Yeah, so fair enough. So the first one, I'm fairly confident that we have everybody's email address correct. I believe that before Wonderland actually sent us all the Kickstarter orders, they had to do some sort of confirmation that the order was still active. People still wanted him. People still wanted the product and all those sorts of things. So they did do a scrape, and it looks like all the email addresses are active. You probably don't recognize where the email's coming from. So I would suspect that that is probably more of the case than the email not going out. Because I have heard a bunch of people who said, "Hey, I got it. Why did I only get emailed one tracking number?" So I know the emails went out. It would be from VMI. So when we manually process the Kickstarter orders, um, obviously we're not going to move them through like Amazon or something. That wouldn't make sense. So our mechanism to move all those orders was through our VMI, vminnovations.com website. So look through your email for that address. Like I said, it's not one that you'd recommend or that you would probably recognize if you've never shopped from us before. So that's where it's coming from. As far as the boxes, this is kind of an annoying thing, but the way the orders were ingested into our system was essentially each box was its own order. So normally when we have a multi-box, like if you went online right now and ordered it, Paul, at like on like the eBay link or something like that, you would click on the main item, and it would link the two boxes. It would just send them out. To get this moved over from Kickstarter to the VMI site, we basically just were trading back and forth data files in Excel. So to just keep everything from getting lost, each box was essentially its own order. What that means is the first set of orders was processed out of Texas. Texas got through a whole bunch of them one day, and then they got through the rest of them the next day, kind of deal. So if you got your order, like if you got box A on Tuesday, you should get box B on Wednesday. Roughly, that's the time period. If it's been like 3 or 4 days and you haven't gotten the second box, then there's probably something wrong, and like reach out. We'll figure out what's going on. But that's kind of what happened with those boxes. Let's see, okay. VMI. What was Daniel had one for a cock? It shows that, but no Wonderland.
I'm not sure I totally understood that.
Yeah, Daniel, can you? I think I understand what you're asking, but can you just rephrase that question? It sounds like there's a good question in there. I want to make sure we cover it.
In the meantime, I'll bring up maybe one of the other things I've seen the most, which is okay. So now we're starting to chat about it actually, being shipped. Then all of a sudden, oh hey, there's an eBay listing now with 2 days shipping. Should I have just ordered the eBay one, because that might actually show up now before my pre-order? What the heck?
Right. So roughly all the Kickstarter people, you guys pretty much put in your order at the same time I put in my order for the stuff. So it all got roughly produced at the same time. All roughly left China at the same time, and it's just a matter of getting containers to different warehouses at this point, right? One of the requests by the brand was that I didn't ship prior to Kickstarter orders starting to go out, right? So I've actually technically I've had my inventory sitting in the warehouse for like 3 weeks now. Wow. And I've just been holding it. So it's like, I want to see some Kickstarter people at least getting boxes and getting in the conversation and doing that, just out of a little bit of respect. But yeah, they all kind of landed around the same time. It's not super ideal, but at the same time, I'm going to have payment terms starting on the stuff. Like I don't want to just leave it in the warehouse until we've confirmed every single Kickstarter order's gone off. So you can blame me for that one. That one's not the brand's call. That's just me sitting on inventory. I'm like, hey, I got to get it listed. I got to get it selling. So if you're mad at someone, you can be mad at me. I accept that. I get that it's not ideal. The brand definitely wanted to make sure that the Kickstarter orders were starting to ship first. So that's what they did. But yeah, that was kind of my call. So don't take it out on them. You can trash me in the comments and do whatever you want there. I'll own that.
Well, you did. I mean, in fairness, you did sit on that inventory for 2 or 3 weeks, which is not the kind of thing that anybody that has inventory wants to be doing. So
no,
I feel like you kind of did. You tried to do it the right way as much as you could, but at some point you you kind of just have to start being able to sell that product. So
yeah, and at this point, it's a matter of, you know, like a truck driver getting scheduled to get into a warehouse, right? So, the good thing is all of the 100% of the orders are built into our system. So what happens at this point is as soon as a truck gets unload, let's say in Seattle, you know, if Seattle got, you know, a container full of Kickstarter order goods, as soon as those got put into inventory, the next time the warehouse did a batch print of all the labels, all those orders would pop out right away. So I hear you, Mystery Encoder. As soon as I have your pinball machine, I will send it to you.
yeah, and so you know, Mystery Encoder and I were sort of messaging back and forth because I think so. You know, I don't want to like, you know, dox him or anything, but he lives in a location that should be reasonably close to, you know, one of the warehouses that was mentioned. So I kind of feel like, yeah, he should have been happening for him pretty quickly, but I don't know exactly the way that all works and if it's like split and it's, you know, so I don't know how that's happening, but it sounds like not everything has gone out yet. So there's no real
Mystery Encoder wants me to do the personal build service. I will get on my longboard. I will start skating out of Nebraska tonight. I will be to your house if I survive as soon as possible.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's a tough one. If they're kind of shipping in stages, you know, as they can. I don't know where anyone's number falls. I don't know that it's, you know, in order of when you put your pre-order in, or if it's just kind of the way the system is built. It's whatever, alphabetical by territory. I have no idea. You know,
what we tried to do. I mean, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders, right? What we tried to do was essentially break them out by the most reasonable shipping lane. So like, we're not going to put them all in Pennsylvania, you know, and then try to ship them out all across the country. So we tried to kind of batch the containers geographically for the most part. But like I said, as soon as a container gets unloaded, it'll start shipping out that day. So the stuff will leave the warehouse. We're not holding your orders. I promise you that. Containers just got to get to the warehouses and get unloaded, and then you'll get it. So
yeah,
I get it. I get it. If you've been waiting for it as long as these Kickstarter guys have been waiting, I 100% feel you.
Yeah, and you know, I think one of the other questions that sort of confused me, and I texted you earlier about this, Kevin, because I wasn't totally clear. You know, I have no stake in this one way or the other because I didn't have an order or pre-order. But my question was, is there such a thing as a pre-order that's different than the Kickstarter? Because the Kickstarter was a pre-order. I think the question was, there are people that ordered through Kickstarter as a backer, and then after that closed, there was another round of what you'd consider pre-orders or just orders at that point that were after the initial Kickstarter backing.
Oh, were they the ones who ordered? I think there was a batch that they're sending me that they said was like through their web. I think like Wonderland did it through their website. Is that the ones you're talking about?
It might be. Again, I don't know because I didn't do it, but I think that's the nuance that's happening there in terms of people saying I'm a pre-order holder, but not necessarily Kickstarter. So is there a difference in when those two things would be shipping?
Yeah, they're sending me the batch from their website. Now those I have to double check which, because there's some different models. There were Kickstarter models, and then there's the standard model. I don't know if and maybe people in the chat, if you were one of the ones who didn't do the Kickstarter but did the pre-order, was that just the standard model or was it one of the special ones? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the confusion. Here, I think it's another valid question here. Bobby 1ALU, are you the distributor for both Speedtail and Kickstarter?
Yeah.
That's kind of one and the same, right?
No, so Kickstarter was all orders that processed through like the Kickstarter website and everything else like that. I didn't take funds for those. That is like a separate piece of the brand. Just said, hey, we've got all these Kickstarter orders. Can you fulfill these also?
But you're fulfilling. Okay.
So basically, they're sending in the Kickstarter, and they're essentially just kind of like working those through our network. As it's instead of them having to sign up a 3PL on the side as well, just for one order.
Okay.
On the other side of it, I also have my own order for just the standard Alice Goes to Wonderland pinball machine that is separate from the Kickstarter order. So, Bobby, let me know if that makes sense or if I'm still stumbling on it.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm not sure that we fully answered this, but that I guess that's the dialogue we were having there, and I was trying to understand that because I hadn't participated in it, and I wasn't sure of the differences there. This is another follow-up one from Bobby 1ALU. Dreams of being at retail. Maybe you can.
Are
they still dreaming?
No, I know. I believe that they talk to some retailers, but I don't know specifically which retailers they talk to, or if they're doing like variations or what the case might be. I do believe that they're working with some, so I would expect to see that, but that's not the portion of the business I'm holding for them. So I wouldn't be able to definitively say where or how much they're going to be, model specifics, anything like that.
Sure. And there's some, I don't know if we necessarily have to get into all this, but I see some back and forth here in the chat regarding sort of what the price was for pre-orders, sort of what it is now, let's say through eBay, what people were thinking it was going to be, which I think was $12.99 at one point. I think that was quoted as the retail price. So I don't know if you're considering $12.99 like an MSRP versus sort of an actual price. And I can understand why people might think like, well, hey, $7.99 was going to give me a $500 discount versus what the actual retail price is. Now it looks more like a $200 discount. What's up with that? If that's indeed the case.
Everything that I saw prior to these launching was that the brand wanted these to be $1,000 pinball machine. That's what. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, Paul. If I missed anything, let me know. It looks like we missed a super chat.
I got to go back to that. Yeah, I was trying to stay on topic, but
so. Go find that. So my understanding was everyone was expecting them to come out at $1,000. I'm not. I'm surprised that people are upset that they're not more right now. That would be be the first. But
if you already bought it, it's for everybody else, not so much. So Vic Vicious, thank you very much. I did see this. I just didn't want to sort of interrupt the train of thought there, but so I think it's a valid question too. So originally, there was a 3/4 scale MK1, 2, and 3 at one point, and they must have done well enough to merit making those 3 distinct versions of Mortal Kombat over the years. Question being, why could or wouldn't you do that in a Supreme, XL size? Just start with one, then do the next one, then do the next one.
I mean, based on the votes, I don't see why not.
I mean, the votes are almost dead even.
I mean, I thought maybe there'd be a runaway, but I'm not opposed to it. You could do like, hey, this year we're doing, if we wanted to, we do 1 this year, 2 next year, 3 the year after, that kind of deal. Like, I mean, that could be cool. I think by year 4, someone would come and be like, all Spreetail ever wants is reskin Mortal Kombat cabinets. That's all they ever do. This is like the 5th Mortal Kombat cabinet. What the hell, man?
I've heard that about Pac-Man. I've heard that about Street Fighter. I have not heard that about Mortal Kombat. You would think, based on the logic, that it would be there. That's the one title that they've done over and over, and I have not seen that happen. What I have seen, people that collect real arcade machines, I've seen them lined up in perfect alignment. The Midway, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat, 4. And then they take some of the like more sort of console or PC based versions and put them in cabinets to continue going down the line. And it looks amazing, so I could see people wanting to replicate that, in the Supreme scale. So.
Collect them all. All right. Hey, I mean, the idea, the super chat idea seems to pretty well mimic the poll here. A slight lead on Mortal Kombat 1, but nothing to write home about.
No. I mean, I do think, I saw a comment here about like, hey, there's 60 whatever people here, and we've only got, whatever, not even 30 votes. So we could.
That's a higher percentage than an actual election, isn't it? I mean, that's an engaged population, if you ask me.
This one comment from Arcade1Up official, which could just be me. I could just be writing to myself. I thought this was pretty interesting because I've wondered this. What, like, you've got the Arcade1Up name and assets, or at least select assets, we'll say. So why not go with what Arcade1Up was calling them? I thought there might be a transition at some point because I still see Arcade1Up on things. We still call them Arcade1Up, but we've also got Supremes, and apparently we're going to still continue to call them Supremes.
That's a good question for Arcade1Up. There doesn't seem to be a continuity in the branding, my friend.
It's confusing, and if it's confusing to us, it's going to be confusing to other people too. So.
Well, Paul, you and I are easily confused, but Supremes just sound delicious. I don't know what it is, but if I hear it's a Supreme, it just sounds, like it comes with bacon and cheese or something. You know what I mean? Like, I love it.
Yeah, but here's my argument. XL always means bigger, right? I mean, but Supreme versus Ultra, which one's better? I don't know. Is it Supreme or is it Ultra?
An Ultra XL.
Just they're too similar. It's confusing. That's not Arcade1Up official's fault, but
no, we're just picking on you. Just picking on you. But seriously, there's some truth to the joke. It's kind of crazy. Supreme means more than XL. XL doesn't give credit for the additional features.
Oh, maybe not. B. Kirby, I don't always miss the super chats. I'm just trying to not interrupt people.
I wonder if we could get moderators that can pull up chats. Where would we find those? Craigslist. Get on Craigslist.
Poor moderators. They're just...
Oh, my God. Underpaid. Oh, Biggie D wants it to be called Biggie Size Arcade1Up. So show some love for the fan community. We'll do a Biggie sized model.
Arcade1Up official says, we're working on it.
Oh, all my orders are going to get canceled. I can feel it.
Supreme means better. See, I'm just not on the same page with Bill tonight. I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, Bill. Supreme means that it comes with vegetables, and I'm not feeling it. I want big.
I've had like 4 or 5 years of XL training. That's the problem. So to switch to Supreme, my brain can't process that.
No matter what we ask for, it doesn't come. Retailers don't think they're going to sell them ever. It's been going on for 8 years. Prove us wrong.
I mean, he's not entirely off base. That was the point of what Rexer and Kegret were talking about. They were saying like, "Hey, we finally got a buyer here." Paul's sitting right next to him, and what do we get? Sonic. I mean, they're not wrong. That's the thing. Now, I can't say what's coming 6, 8, 12 months from now, but in the short term, at least, they're not wrong.
I think there's always going to be more than one market, right? So basic fun, like they're going to definitely be hitting the mass market titles. I think that they will probably stretch into some of the deeper cuts as R&D and licensing and everything else permits. But for some of the really, really deep cuts that people come in that they're always looking for, or the really obscure titles, like, guys, just remember, it's a 3,000 unit MOQ. That means that to get the factory to make them, we have to order at least 3,000. And for me as a retailer to order 3,000, I need to confidently believe that 3,000 units will sell in like 10 to 12 months, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just, hey, you got to order 3,000. It's like, and they actually have to sell too. So let's say Arcade1Up official and Kevin got together. We said, screw it. We're doing a Supreme Cubert. You know what I mean? I'd have to order 3,000 of them. And 6 years from now, I would be doing like discounts on vminnovations.com to give away a bunch of Cubert Supremes, right? So you got to stay in business as well. There is a balance to it. I know people hate to hear that, but
all right, I want to come back to that, but I'm going to do what Bill told me to do 5 minutes ago, which was pause and bring up the thing. So I'm going to bring it up.
All right.
Thank you, Bill. You just made
10 more members.
10 more members.
Before you know it, all our subscribers will be members, Paul.
Both of them.
Both of our subscribers will be members.
No, thank you, Bill. That's awesome. Bill is always such a great supporter, both on the show and off. And yeah, I can't thank him enough. It means a lot. But no, so I hear what you're saying there, Kevin, and I totally get that. Business is business. I would just come back and say, okay, so maybe do the stuff that sold before. Let's say your whatever, Star Wars, your Mortal Kombat that we're just talking about, do those in a Supreme size to start. They sold. They are theoretically licenses that can be obtained.
Oh, 100. That's where my head's at. My it's like in the short term, my head is at what has Arcade1Up done before? What did they maybe just barely miss the mark on? And even a deluxe, there's plenty of peasant-cades that never got made in deluxe that could be good options, or just titles that were good titles, but maybe they haven't made them in 5 years.
For sure.
So that's definitely where I'm looking first, because theoretically we have the assets and the ability to do it.
That makes sense.
We'll see.
I mean, you could have, and again, not to kind of like rehash this, but like during Toy Fair, if you had the Sonic, okay, it doesn't appeal to everyone, but we understand the business case for it. You got the Ms. Pac-Man XL, that's your new Supreme. If you had said, hey, there's also going to be a Star Wars Supreme right next to it, it would have been like, okay, maybe Sonic isn't for us, but yeah, if we finally get in Star Wars in an XL,
doesn't Star Wars have a anniversary next year?
I don't even know. I'm not. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, but the low hanging fruit.
Hear that Arcade1Up official. Long Rider has a super chat. Paul, get it.
What? Okay, I got it.
It's a super chat. It's a different color.
All right, look at that. Go. A different color. Yeah, thanks.
What's a peasant-cade? Sorry, that's
okay.
Sorry.
Not supposed to call it that.
I apologize.
It is a highly valued but less expensive cabinet for poor people. No, wait, that's not right. That's not right.
For serfs who report to their liege. No, the peasant-cade, that is the colloquial, the shorter size models that use the riser. But
did not come with the riser, which is what kept it at a $299 to like $329 price. But it's like your no frills, kind of basic. Sometimes didn't have a lit marquee.
Also didn't come with any peasants, so you still had to do your own gardening.
Peasants which not is included.
No peasants included.
It's a bit of a misnomer. It's confusing. I agree, but yeah, no. Peasant-cade was a sort of derogatory term for the less expensive cabinets that required some upgrading if you so chose to do that, with a riser, light your marquee, no coin doors, stuff like that. So, but they were cheaper. So there was that. They were more like the original ones.
3,000 Spy Hunter Supremes would sell out in a few months if they didn't sell out at pre-order.
Is
this true or is this BS?
I bet even okay. So I'll use myself. I'm not a like day one Spy Hunter guy, but you put it in an XL, and the fact that it's completely new and has so much nostalgia, I'd really consider that hard. Like it may not be a day one, but I'd probably end up with it within a couple months.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he's onto something there, and we've heard that a lot, not just from the same people either. So I don't know.
It does seem to pop up in an authentic way. Like it seems like people bring it up like, no, we actually do want this, not just as I'm going to throw random titles at you. Doing the market research, Jay. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. No, Vic Vicious, you and I are almost always on the same page with this stuff, but yeah, these are largely titles that we've heard over and over. I mean, Open Ice, I'm not as confident in, but we've heard more of that recently, and maybe with the USA hockey team's win, there'd be some traction there. But yeah, these are ones that seem like no brainers in a larger size.
Yeah.
Again, that's a market just waiting to.
Dude, I would love to see a 50th anniversary Star Wars, use the original Arcade1Up yoke on it, but then just do a bigger, like, beautiful cabinet for it. I think that would be
yes.
At 50th anniversary is next year, so I'd hate to miss out on the opportunity to do that,
That would be a no-brainer
Just
for
just
lots of people.
just saying things out loud, Paul, for when you're writing down your notes to come back in the chat as Arcade1Up official.
That's right. That's right. So when you and I have conversations and I have absolutely no weight whatsoever, you can go and say, no, we're not doing that.
B. Kirby, look at all the people who bagged WrestleFest. Dude, WrestleFest is selling like hotcakes right now.
He makes a great point. For all the criticism levied against WrestleFest, it still sold.
Oh, it's like a number one selling SKU at this point. Like the ratings keep going up. It's rocking and rolling. So
yeah. Now imagine that with titles that we already know are good sellers that have never been released.
Like Pac-Man. Oh wait, what?
Can you see behind me?
We need a 4-player Pac-Man.
I bought the Pac-Man because it was an XL and it was done properly.
4-player Pac-Man coming up.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
You missed it, Danny. We officially announced both Centipede and Star Wars XL are coming.
100% confirmed.
Unfortunately, though, they no longer make XLs, so it's only Supremes.
Arcade1Up. Very proud of the new yoke. I didn't mean to offend. Some people like the original. Some people like the new one.
I've heard it's pretty good. I mean, I think there's some separate maybe emulation issues not related to the yoke. Some stuff I think Mike B pointed out that seemed legitimate, but he still seemed to enjoy playing it. So I don't think all is lost with that.
Super chat.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, got my radar on.
Get that so I can answer.
Mark, I don't know if I've seen you here before, but thank you. This is terrific. So Chicagoland area.
So all the containers of the Kickstarters have landed. As soon as they get to my warehouse, they go out. So as soon as it gets received, I don't know which one you're going to be shipping out of. I don't know exactly when the receipt appointment is. But like I said, they're all stateside. If I were to gamble, Paul, I would say that within a week to 2 weeks, I would expect all these to be out, assuming that all the trucks show up on time and everything else like that. But what did want to get across is like all the orders are already in the system, right? Like all the orders, they're in there, they're ready to go. So literally, as soon as a warehouse receives the product, the order kicks out and it goes.
So are they not necessarily all physically have they physically arrived in the States, or are some still on the water?
No, they're all in the United States right now.
Okay.
They're just traversing the country.
And to sort of, because I do appreciate that super chat, but to try to answer it as well as we can, to your knowledge, there's not necessarily like a specific geography that's being like maybe they got it, let's say the Texas warehouse first, or Indiana first, or wherever. Like there's not necessarily certain areas that you expect to be sort of staging before others.
Well, based on when they received it, so Texas received theirs first. So a bunch of the first wave of orders that went out all went out from Texas. Washington also received some, and then it looks like there's still one more that's on the road to get to the warehouse right now. So, going through. They're shipping out. It's just a matter of getting to the warehouse. And I think I had covered it earlier, but if you just jumped in the chat, Box A and Box B are both building the system as essentially 2 separate orders. So it's possible that you'll receive Box A one day and Box B a day or 2 later, just as the warehouses get through the inventory.
Yeah. And, I did see some chat earlier again about the sort of, hey, I never got the email question. I think we kind of addressed that as well as we could. To our knowledge, they've all gone out to the addresses that were provided. I can't say, from personal experience, since I didn't order one, but it should have gone out. So, yeah. Yeah.
To Drew Wilt's question, the Kickstarter inventory and what I ordered as inventory are 2 separate inventories. So it's not the Kickstarter inventory that's up on on eBay at this point.
Right.
So I sell one on eBay because I have units in my warehouse and I have to pay for them.
Yeah. And I think that was the discussion earlier. It's like, well, you've had that inventory sitting in a separate inventory sitting there just waiting to be sold, and you've been sitting on it literally for weeks waiting for the pre-orders to ship. So at some point,
at some point it has to release. Yeah. So.
And that's tough, but I mean, that's just the business of it. So, but it is, it's a separate order. You're not, taking from Peter to pay Paul or whatever. So
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I just answered.
Yeah. Let me just try and get caught up here. I don't know. I'll bring this up. I don't know that we can answer this. That's, it's your call there. Let's see.
I'm not going to say how many have sold, but they're selling. They're selling.
Yeah. Don't want to miss this. Connell01, thank you for the super chat via an email from Wonderland. The pre-orders are supposed to ship by the end of February. Yeah, I mean,
it's the end of February. They're all shipping. I'm checking them throughout the day as they're getting received. They're shipping out. So,
yeah, thank you for that, Connell. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Jason asks or says, WrestleFest Supreme is selling out because it's an exciting form factor. If Spy Hunter was done in Supreme size and correct controls, to be a strong retail seller. I don't disagree with that, and I don't know that we can get a retail presence for the Supremes outside of the club stores. I think that might be too big of an ask just because of the size and inventory and things like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know at one point, Kevin, you talked about trying to get a retail presence, but I don't know that you'd necessarily do that for Supremes. But again, correct me if I'm wrong on that.
That's kind of just like a business piece. So Spreetail is a distributor. We've always done just online. So our goal over the next year or two is to also just be able to do the in-store as well, to be like a one-stop solution for any of the brands we work with. Pretty boring for anyone in this chat. They probably don't care about that. But theoretically, I would like to get things to the point where if I have a product, that I'll put it out in the stores as well. I would suspect that for the Supremes, I know that's a lot of times that's like a club business. So I don't know if I would I'd have to talk to the partners I work with and see if they'd want them to do that. Real Console Boy, fanboy. Did you get that super chat?
Oh, gee. Okay, I'm almost caught up to that. I wanted to answer or see if you could answer this, because this is also sort of like what Mystery Encoder was asking. Like geographically, he's reasonably close to one of the warehouses. Does that mean anything, or does it not really mean anything?
Theoretically, I mean, yeah, it should ship from Texas. That would make the most sense. Yeah. The exception would be there were two different like pre-order models. I'd say like there was like kind of what I'll call just like a standard model, and then there was one with what I'd call all the bells and whistles. The volume for like all the bells and whistles was enough that it only could like do one container to one FC. So if you were in that, then it might go to a different one than Texas. So
okay. I'll bring this up because I do love sarcasm, and that's not being sarcastic. Yeah, WrestleFest is so solid. You know what's cooler than playing with Macho Man, Sergeant Slaughter, and Legion of Doom? Not playing them. Hell yeah.
Dude, thanks for the super chat, brother.
I did. I put as much as I could into that console.
I think you hit exactly the vibe he was going for there, so that was well executed.
I appreciate that, though. Either way, I did not miss the sarcasm. Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, still right there with you, Vic Vicious. It's been brought. There's certain ones, you kind of made this point before when we were talking about Sonic, Kevin, about like, hey, could the community ever agree on anything? To your point, no, probably not any one thing. No. But I would say there's probably a good half dozen that come up with enough frequency that I'd feel confident like everyone in the chat is going to say that at least one of those is on their list.
Yeah.
But again, is that enough market data to do anything with? I don't know. But out of all the possible hundreds of machines in the arcades that were ever made, to be able to narrow it down to 5 or 6, that seems reasonable, to me. But
Well,
anyway.
Sounds like Arcade1Up official. Got to go work on some licensing.
He's too busy, hanging out in people's live streams trying to figure out, who's running his account.
You go get that Spy Hunter, and then I'll make sure everyone uses the word Supreme instead of Ultra or XL.
You know what? I would take that deal. I would convert everything. I would try to work on converting every past Reddit post I made to not read XL, to make it read Supreme instead. How about that? That's some SEO for you. I know you're big.
Maybe we can get the community to agree on that. If Arcade1Up agrees to make Spy Hunter, do we as a community agree to police Supreme instead of XL?
I would.
That's the contract. That's the contract.
I'll take that on personally to police and
absolutely. We will cancel anybody who says XL.
That's right. I'm just trying to see here. When are we getting? This is like an irony. A baby Pac-Man Supreme.
Probably never.
Take this. All right.
Oh,
okay. I almost like this idea. Sarcasm and all. Supreme XL. Just make it the Deluxe Ultra, the Supreme XL.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. What do we even call it? Is there anything smaller than Deluxe out there? I mean, what are we calling the 3/4 scale? We're just going to leave it 3/4 scale. It's like no name. It's just kind of, it just is.
Isn't that the Deluxe?
No. I mean, the ones the ones that are not tall, the ones that are like the peasant cade that we talked about earlier, that have a shorter size, a lower price, the Walmart specials. Like, what do you call those? Just 3/4 scale?
Now, the new ones that are in Walmart, those are the classic SEs.
Well, yeah, I guess that's
who's collecting. Who's collecting those?
I don't know. It's I guess the casuals that probably aren't in this chat. So, yeah.
Hey, CM Historian. He's going to use computer power to enforce the language.
That's harsh.
We will go full on authoritarian and change people's words to be correct.
I like that.
Arcade1Up official, this is our dedication to you. If you will go get Spy Hunter right now.
Yeah. This is okay. Bill's got the official terminology: Walmart specials or little people cabs. We don't call them. We don't call them. There's other names. You've got to get that right.
Oh my goodness. Supreme Peasant Cade is an oxymoron.
Yeah, I don't think that'll work. Let me go back up through here. Okay, One Up, you gonna fix that Ms. Pac-Man XL because that monitor bezel does not look right. Yeah, we pointed that out, I tried to make that case last time that the continuous sort of bezel that goes right into the control panel and then the graphics literally go the whole way down instead of coming across. That seems like a relatively easy fix to me. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was just a prototype, mock-up thing.
I disagree. I say it's an irredeemable fuck up, and they should burn the whole thing, Paul. Just give up. Get out of business. Out of business.
Stop while you're not ahead.
Gosh. Make a slim Cade. That's what the people want.
Man, ouch.
Hey, Vic Vicious is asking about the big blue cabs. That's funny. I was just going through and looking at like the different models that we've ordered in the past and what's been available. What's the read on the big blue cabs? I mean, it was a cool form factor, but I don't know how well they sold.
I don't know for sure either, but it did have one of the more popular. I think for people that played online a lot, that was a more popular. I don't know what you want to call it, a more popular release than some of the other versions. I know. If Steps is still in the chat, you can probably speak to that. But I think it was relatively well received. But yeah, I don't know the numbers on that. That'd be a good question. It wasn't as cheap, certainly, as a lot of other models. So that'd be interesting to know.
I had like a few of them on closeout That was like one of the first
Yeah.
deals we did with Arcade1Up, and it took forever to sell through. So I assumed it wasn't that popular of a model, but maybe that's just, it was a community model and it sells at that demand speed.
And I don't know at this point how you could ever bring, maybe I shouldn't say ever, but anytime soon, how you could bring out another Street Fighter in almost any version after Iconic, unless it's going to be a really different form factor somehow, smaller, cheaper, whatever. Like Iconic to me is probably going to have, I'll say, the definitive version of Street Fighter for a while.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
which one?
So I don't know any of them. Supreme Starhawk wants to know about a mellow mushroom hat. Dude, I love mellow mushroom pizza. What's the question? It's fantastic. Big Blues are sold everywhere. I need 4 more. Okay. I will order 4.
I'm gonna go back here to what Moat said.
I thought it was a nice looking cabinet. The last time I saw it, it sold so slowly. I mean, I think I had like 90 of them, and it took months to sell through. Now I know it was more expensive, but I also had it as cheap as I could list it. And
that begs the question: if you re-released it and you did it as a different form factor, like a Supreme, it would be even more expensive. I would guess. I mean, it's a large cabinet to begin with. You got that super tall marquee and everything else. So is something going to sell at $7.99 or whatever price point?
Well, that's what I wonder is now that we have more of them that are out in the larger form factor, and you've got Iconic Arcade doing their thing, and you got Wonderland Amusement doing their thing. Like there's more higher price point things. Is the market a little bit more forgiving on something like that before might have been outpriced? Maybe we do Killer Instinct Pro, Paul. Now that people have all this money to spend. I saw the State of the Union. We're doing great.
I'm not touching that. Nope. Hey.
That's the first time you ever said that.
This is like a voice from the heaven.
Oh, here we go. Look at this guy. Big Blue is produced in mass quantities, which is why it took a while. Yep. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
AVP's on there. Yeah.
All right, guys. John D confirmed with a K. There it is.
My question for you, John, is who would produce that? Who's gonna have that? I mean,
setting up a fight. He's setting up a fight in the chat. Who's going to respond first, John D or Arcade1Up official?
I feel like if that's an Iconic release, it's going to be done right, but it's going to probably be $1,000. If it's basic fun, it's going to be good, but it's probably
it'll be
like
950.
It's good. Yeah. Then I'll take the Iconic version. Yeah. That'd be interesting. I mean, there's more to do with the Street Fighter franchise. There's no question. I just don't think like if Basic Fun was to release that and try to go up against what Iconic is doing, they're going to be at the right price point to do it effectively. I don't think it. I just don't know how they do that. So
I don't think there's any reason to say one of them could or could not do it. Honestly, I just wonder what would the price point be. And like I said, it was a slightly more expensive model at the time. And if the costing was, it put it in the ballpark of where we're at. I mean, maybe it does a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Unico enters the chat.
Well, and I think that was after he said this, which. Heck yeah, Josh. I'd be all over that. Give me that SNK MVS style cabinet all day long. I would love that. Yeah. I might have missed this one here. Let's see. I don't mind waiting for my beautiful Iconic Arcade Street Fighter Alpha. Pre-order bonuses were definitely well worth the wait.
I am excited to see those. I think they're going to be pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Could cheat and do a Darkstalkers cabinet. Is it cheating? I mean, that would just be cool. I don't know.
Josh Dendy did a super chat. I don't know if that's how it works, moderators.
Are you pulling from the kitty and putting it back in? It's like taking money out of the offering plate and then putting it just. It doesn't. Comes back around.
I'm just gonna put a $50 super chat in to keep talking with you, Paul.
No, Josh does not make any money from this, and so thank you, Josh.
Oh, we were going to tell you that, Josh. Sorry.
Yeah,
we probably should have done that unofficially.
That wasn't in the contract we made him sign.
How about a 6-player X-Men countercade? That would be uncomfortable.
In more ways than one. But
post-COVID, that would be uncomfortable.
Business-wise, that would be uncomfortable.
No, you're not kidding. You're not kidding.
Okay, but so let's make it semi-serious and say, would anyone consider, do you think, ever doing a supreme size 6-player X-Men where you use a widescreen monitor and you just go balls to the wall, $1,000 price point? Is it crazy? Yeah, it's probably crazy. All right.
Yeah, that's probably the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's saying a lot because there's been a lot of that.
Earthworm Jim. There we go.
Oh,
Alpha 2 is going to be shining at the entry of my arcade soon. That's right.
Heck yeah. What did John have to say after all this craziness? We could also do. There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
Ghosts and Goblins coming in from Big ED. Oh,
that's a hard game. I don't know if I like the art on that, but I wouldn't make it more than a couple levels. It's just a tough game, but it's nostalgic. It's cool art. I do like that.
Rancid Bean, you have Sonic for the price it needs more games added, but what about Mario? That's actually a different license. That's Nintendo. See, Paul, I know stuff too.
Yeah, I'm
thinking I'm just being an asshole. Mario, I mean, I don't know if I could play Mario. And I know this is really hypocritical after saying I thought Sonic was cool. But I don't I feel like Mario's one that I sat there and played for hours and hours and hours. I guess if you had a stool,
because
I could play Mario.
You had the muscle memory though, right? Of playing it on the D-pad?
Yeah.
Yeah, now try to do that with a joystick. You're probably gonna be like, "What the? I don't even know how to do this platform."
If someone could make a Nintendo title right now, I'd want like Donkey Kong. I think that would be fun.
Okay.
I think that would sell well.
No question.
Perfect. Also, moving on.
It has arcade history.
Well, that's fair.
It does. I mean, Mario does too in North America too. Not just they had half a dozen units in Japan somewhere.
Not like a Craigslist ad that you found from Japan from 20 years ago, like an actual.
Yeah, or somebody imported one for their arcade, and it's like, oh, I saw that in North America. No, you didn't. You saw it like 2 versions that got imported, and they showed up on docks. No, you didn't see that.
Donkey Kong would be amazing. See, I know some stuff, Paul.
It would be, and
Sonic will sell huge.
Yeah, it will. And we know you're a Sega fan too, John. Yeah, I mean I congratulate them for working with Sega. That's going to be awesome.
Yep.
I hope. Yeah. Basic Fun has a relationship with Nintendo. Well, I guess they do at some level. I mean, for some of their licenses. So, yeah,
it could. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah. There's more. Yeah, just more Donkey Kong love here. Oh, and this is still related. So, on the Donkey Kong thing, the Donkey Kong stool. So, just talking about stools.
Let's talk about Stool. Go ahead, Paul.
I did a Stool sample.
I bet you did.
Turned out
Did you have to put it in a box and gave it to your mailman? That's not an awkward interaction.
I literally did about a month ago because I'm of that age. So there you go. Thank you, Cola Guard.
There we go.
This show is sponsored by. Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh, that'd be the shittiest sponsorship ever. Anyway, you're saying.
Stools. The question came up: Would there ever be any more stools for cabinets that never got a matched stool to begin with? So I put a poll up on our channel, and then I guess it was Facebook. I kind of forget now. Yeah, it's our Facebook page as well. In general, the desire for more stools, just to see kind of what interest was out there, of the people that responded. It was not overwhelmingly yes or no, but there were more no's than yeses in terms of should Basic Fun, for example, spend any time and resources developing new stools. There was, I'll say, a slight majority in both cases suggesting no, they probably shouldn't put their resources elsewhere. Versus, yeah, that's something I'd really like. Please, spend some attention and time on bringing those out. And there was a handful of maybes too. I'd say maybe about a fifth of the answers were maybes. So yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up because it was something I hadn't thought about for a while. That line of accessories, which I think was popular at one point in time, I guess is just not necessarily a focus right now.
Well, the stool business was primarily running through shophippo.com. So that's the same as seen on TV. So that was kind of his niche. Was he did all the stools walking into you.
Here's a pro tip, B. Kirby. You have them come pick it up at your house. So
Yeah. It goes in the brown truck. Anyway,
what can Brown do for you? Well, let me tell you.
Well, yeah, I'll show you. So I think part of it probably, he's not going to have that direct relationship with Arcade1Up right now. And that was kind of his niche to fill. I mean, if you go to shophippo.com right now and look at the Arcade1Up section, you can see all the stools at one point that guy had.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a massive, massive collection.
Yeah.
But I think kind of like your poll showed, there's not a huge demand for them. So I don't know how many.
I thought I'd heard, maybe this is just completely anecdotal, but I thought they did pretty well, at least for a while. And I know, I ended up with several of them at one point as well. But so I don't know if that desire has just kind of waned as the cabinets got bigger, maybe became deluxes and XLs. I
think it would. I could see. I would be interested in doing it as an add-on, maybe in like a year or two. I think right now I'm personally looking at like, okay, what games can we get released? Like we're into the production cycles. Like let's go on all that sort of stuff. If after a year or two we start doing it, Paul, you might be surprised to know that the one that sold the best was Pac-Man. That was the only one I think I ever reordered was the Pac-Man stool. The rest just sold slowly. So
I could see people buying that stool even if they don't have any like arcade machines, just buying it for their quote unquote game room because Pac-Man is like Mario. It's like I'll just have this, and it's like Sonic.
It's just an IP that people have to be cool.
Yeah. John makes a good point here, and we all kind of hate the reality of this, but it is what it is, and he knows this better than anybody. Doubt Primal Rage is going to sell 3,000 units. One game, you're not going to put. I mean, I guess you can try to put Primal Rage 2 on there. I think there was a third one that was like in prototype form, but that's not going to be a fun thing to get, and
crazy.
It was two. It was two that was a prototype. Okay, I was wrong. I thought there was official 2, and it was a third one that's a prototype, but it was 2. So, so then that would be a really tough one. You'd have to figure out like, well, what other games are going to go on that, and So
I think that's tough. I still think you can do limited numbers of games on a cab, but it has to like the value has to be that like the game is so good that it stands alone, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of tough.
It's got cool artwork. I mean, if you've ever seen, P-Dubs, I think we talked about this before. P-Dubs has, original one, and it looks fantastic. But yeah, that'd be tough. And I think you and I have also talked, Kevin, about the fact that to some degree, Basic Fun just needs to have a couple of real big sellers to be able to sort of justify anything more niche, because you got to make money to be able to take some risks like that. So, yeah. Not doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Not my thing.
Yeah. That's a pretty niche title, unfortunately. So
yeah, like Sonic. Exactly, Dragot. You got it.
Yeah, big IPs. Well, so I've been watching this. No one has voted after we first put the poll up, and it's still practically tied.
So it sounds like we should just do a series.
Heck yeah.
So I should try to get a Mortal Kombat Supreme. I think that's the right word to use. A Supreme Mortal Kombat, and then just for the next couple years, just do the whole series.
Oh, I would love that so much. Yeah. Just don't let anybody talk you into doing some kind of weird art mashup. I could see someone trying to make an argument for that. Don't do it.
Do like a Mortal Kombat Kirby cab. Let's go.
Well, it's bad enough when I had to take what's his name? Is it John Pacina? I think I got that right with an S. But he rights issues, whatever. He couldn't be on the side art for MK1, so it was just the dragon, and there was a whole thing about that because it didn't have him. It was just the dragon. It still looked really cool in my opinion, but it wasn't authentic because we couldn't get him. But
it's garbage. Burn it. Get a new job.
Yeah. Oh, hey, here's a vote. Look at that. Now we're literally tied.
I think people are just doing that on purpose at this point.
I think so too. Yeah, Pacina. Okay, right. Yeah, there's a whole thing with him. Yep. And I missed. I want to get back up here catch what John said here. Well, it has T-Rex wars in the attract mode. Yeah. Maybe if you put it up next to a Killer Instinct, you could drown it out with that one, and your, ultra combos and all those. Man, I still love that.
Gosh. Do we have anything else we got to get over today, Paul? Or are we just kicking it at this point?
I think we're just doing the thing we always do. We're just slowly drifts.
Eventually, just see what.
But there's still. I mean, a couple minutes ago, it was like 10 minutes ago. It was whatever, 68 people. Now there's 71. So
right on. People come in for the good parts of the show.
It's the John factor. It's a magnet.
John brings them out. He certainly does.
Yeah, many legal issues around getting Pacina. So yeah. Thank you, console fanboy. Yes, Master Daniel Pacina. I gotta include the master part in there. Fair enough. Yep. I see 3 as updated graphics, so I chose that. Oh, okay. So I don't think you're talking about limiting it to just the third game if you choose the graphics for the third game.
No. I just wanted. I would assume that whatever cab would have all of them on it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of which artwork did people think was.
Yeah. So you're literally
most attractive.
Maybe I should have put that more clearly in the poll there. You're literally just voting on the art for the collection of Mortal Kombat games.
Biggie D asking John if he's ever going to come on the show. I don't know. John, would we ever be able to get you on the show, brother? What do you think?
To know?
I would love to know.
This is the part where John just leaves.
John's like,
Irish goodbye.
I hate that Kevin guy. Why does he talk to me in public? My bad, brother.
There's, I've got right here on my desktop, I've got 4 people. I have a folder for each of them with assets related to each that I've been trying to get on the show for probably 2 months now. And John's one of them. I'd love to have John on the show.
I think people would tune in. I think people would have questions.
I think you're right. I think John would even have some answers.
Yeah. I think he would. That'd be a good show.
John D is the Eminem of home arcade facts. Is that a compliment? I'm not even sure where to go with that. I think it is. I mean, Eminem's talented, right? So, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't say anything more about that.
There's that comment has layers to it, Paul. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I would be able to peel back those layers. Please be a guest, John. We'd all heart it. All right.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
John, the people are speaking, man. We might have to figure something out. Might have to do it.
He doesn't want to go there.
He doesn't. I know. He's not going to respond to me.
Let me go back to this comment because maybe you can clarify. I don't want to leave people feeling like we didn't attempt to answer their questions. Let's let you read that.
So just to confirm, not all Kickstarter backers have received tracking emails, and there are still more to ship from Texas and Washington because you haven't received any emails. Correct. Not all Kickstarter orders have shipped out, so the email doesn't go out until the product ships. And if you weren't here earlier, the email should be coming from VM Innovations. So if you didn't check your junk, spam, marketing, it could show up anywhere. So that's the one you're looking for.
Yeah, and so there you go. Kind of just related to that.
The limited editions have not been received. That is the container that's still moving.
Fair enough. Yep.
Unfortunately,
Console Family makes a good point. If we had any money, he could ask for it.
He's on an island sipping on margaritas with all the pre-order money.
Yeah. I think we need to screenshot that right there. That's the proof.
It's official. Confirmed. Confirmed.
I have the receipts.
It's not true. It's not true at all.
No. Wait, a real question.
Getting unique chairs, not an uncomfortable stool. Are you talking about I've seen where I've seen sort of versions where it's the sit down racing cab. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. And they were not particularly, Star Wars had a version of that too. That's the one that I had. And it was not particularly comfortable for anyone. I would include children in that. You didn't have a place for your legs to go because there's no carve out in the, in the cabinet box, whatever you want to call that there. So you're scrunched up, but at the same time also can't really reach the steering wheel.
Shut up. B. Kirby has a super chat for you. See, I'm just saving you, Paul. I saved you, Paul. He was going to call you out by your name, and I saved you.
Thank you, Bill.
But getting back into it. No, they look terribly uncomfortable. So I don't know. I don't.
But if it could be done properly, that's the thing. It was sort of like this. Well, what can we do in the least expensive way possible to keep costs down? Which I get, and that was I think a cool first attempt. But you'd have to design it that way from the start. It was almost like they designed the cabinet first and said, "Well, how can we add a seat to that?" Instead of saying, "Let's design this with a seat from the beginning." I think you could do it, but no one's invested whatever to figure that out. So.
Also, just practically, and I know you guys hate when I say this, I don't think we would sell a lot of them because that would take up a lot of floor space in someone's house, and number of people that would be willing to shell out the additional money for that, and would have the floor space for a full sit down cab. That's a small market.
I think that would be your poll question then. At what price point how much would you be willing to pay if this had to be $1,000, $1,200? And whatever, would you still have interest? And I think a lot of that honestly would come down to the title. Like if you said, hey,
if it was like Daytona.
If it was Daytona, Crazy Taxi, maybe some of the other Sega racers, but if it was I don't know, Outrun. But maybe not for Outrun. Not that it's a bad title, but it doesn't have the oh my gosh, this is the holy grail for my arcade kind of thing to it. So yeah, I think limited quantities on that one. Let me see. Let me just go back here. I think
we talked for too long now. There's too many chats.
They build up. Yeah. What's the status with Neo Geo? Well, yeah, anything I know is probably outdated, so I can't. Even if I could speak to it, it probably wouldn't be accurate. So
I don't know anything about it.
I don't know. I'd love to see Neo Geo. I know several times, when I've chatted with John, because he's a fan too. I've expressed how much I'd love to see that, but yeah. Let me just see here. What else I missed?
Jay Pace is in here designing a full-on actual driving arcade cab.
Yeah.
Locked, adjustable seating. You would need some really good pedals, a gear shift, air conditioning.
Buy stuff has a nice kit, but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Now, could you produce that at scale? And here's the key: they don't have licenses.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the dirty little secret with Buy Stuff Arcades, and they do great stuff. So this isn't any kind of shade on them. I applaud what they've done for the community, but their stuff isn't licensed, and that's just that's a factor that has to be considered when you're producing anything at scale. So.
I just think that would probably be. I think that there's a lot of lower hanging fruit that we could get to before going there.
Probably.
Big Red XL.
Yep. That's music to my ears. I would love to see that. I still have had lingering hopes and thoughts that, because I feel like Unico has teased that for years in one way or another, but not gone there. And a part of me feels like, yeah, they'd be a good company to do it because it would probably be done to a pretty high standard. But then part of me thinks it'd be stupid expensive if they did. I don't know.
You're probably not wrong. You're probably not wrong.
So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that if they did, but they haven't. So it's a moot point. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. How do you flat pack a racing seat? Well,
it comes in multiple boxes shipped a week apart.
With no tracking numbers and no email.
With no tracking numbers. Information sent by carrier pigeon.
And we are full circle.
There we go.
Well, I think that probably do we cover everything? The polls has not moved, so there you go. I think your answer is you need to bring out each
all
one
three of them
session or all at once.
Yep. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So make all three 1 year after another. Got it. I think Arcade1Up official already left. So
yeah, he told us what the deal is. Just make sure it all says Supreme, and we'll be good.
All righty. Alan Jones, one last question. John D, are you working on anything new? Does John D want to leak anything out into the world, or hold the cards close to the chest on a Thursday night?
John's not doing anything. He's on his island, just sipping those margaritas. Has there ever been a time that John is not working on something? John's always working on something.
It's cooking on something. It's cooking on something.
Yeah.
All righty. Well,
okay.
I think another great Thursday night. Hopefully we got out some of the information people were looking for. And hey, Arcade1Up's official. Your mom didn't put you to bed yet. Good job. All right. Glad you're still here.
That was actually just me typing at the very end to keep things going.
Beautiful. Paul, thanks for jumping back in on your alt account. Letting us know you're still here.
I had to log back in and it took me a minute. Sorry. Yeah.
Beautiful. 15 home arcade projects. Whoa.
And at least 3 of them are not in his own basement.
And at least 14 and a half are Pac-Man. All right. I'm kidding. Judd. Don't get mad at me. I was just kidding.
I hope and believe that that's actually true. That's awesome. That's I have no way of knowing one way or the other, so I'm just going to take it as fact. But
hey, if John's out here working on 15 home arcades, that's exciting to me. I can't wait to see what you come up with, sir.
I love it. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, let's kick out of here. I think I have to put kids to bed or something. I
got to do the same.
Fatherhood responsibilities. So
yep,
awesome. Well, hey, everyone, thanks for jumping in with us on a Thursday night. It was great chatting with you all, and looking forward to seeing you again here soon.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Take it easy. Good night.